Good morning, friends. Welcome to another episode of Analyzing the Markets with Flores, your friend. Today is March 7, and we're going to analyze a few pairs, maybe 5-6 pairs that we were looking for a few days already. So we're going to start right away. Please don't forget to hit the bell and the like buttons so it can help my algorithm in the program. And thank you so much for spending your time with me. Hope our analysis is helping you in a way that you're trying, in a way that you are being profitable in the markets, because that's the whole point of this. So we're gonna get it going right away. We're gonna start with Euro USD. Looking at the weekly right now, and we've been following this trend, long trend, for a few weeks, for months already. I'm going to go to the daily now to zoom in to this move. Make it a little bit larger right here. And that's the move right here that we're looking. And last week, the market broke the trend line. You can see it right there. Make it a little bigger. So the market broke that trend line and also closed below this important zone right here that I have my zones already pre-marked, and it broke below it. Okay, it's still on the zone. Okay, if you look left, you can see strong support here, so this can easily just rebound and continue the trend up. Okay, and if it does that, if it goes up and it goes up and it breaks up again, what I would be looking is for a retest again of the zone and to go to the next either high right there or all the way to the zone right there. Okay, so we're going to leave it right there. So that's what we're waiting for, Euro USD. But if the market already broke down, and if it retests, and if it gives the entrance to continue down, then we're going to look to go to the next zone down here. Okay, so that's what we're waiting for, Euro USD. Let's look Euro odd. Let's look at the daily. That's where we are right now in the daily. We're in a zone right there. We can see that shadow line right there. Those are my zones. If I go to the weekly, I already have my pre-marked zones, for the most very important zones in the market. Daily. So we have a strong trend coming down. And last week we saw that the market was playing in the zone and then hit the trend line. It kind of rebound down. So we're gonna see the reaction this week. Okay, so kind of the same idea. If the market breaks above the trend line, I'm gonna wait for a retest of the zone and look for buys in this area. Okay, and the opposite is if the markets already started coming down, I'm gonna wait for the market to clearly start coming down, like breaking this low right here, and then I'm not gonna enter the market there. I'm gonna wait for a retest, maybe of the zone or this trend line right there, so I can be convinced to sell the market. So that's the plan for Euro odd. Let's look at odd USD. Odd USD, we are in this area over here. Let me get rid of this one so we don't get confused. Okay, so I got my zone right there, and then we have trend lines. Last week the market started breaking that trend line to the bottom. So let me go to the 4 hour to see more granular of the price action. Okay, the market started breaking to the bottom. So what I'm gonna wait now for the market, see if a retest of this trend line to continue all the way to the zone. But if the market breaks that trend line right there, I will wait also for a retest so I can be convinced to buy the market, okay, and continue in the trend, in that original trend. Because if we look at the weekly, excuse me, if we look at the weekly, that's a trend, very strong trend. It is very extended already, but I mean, in the future, I used to make that mistake when I see a very extended trend. I always assumed that it was going to turn, and the trend could keep going and going and going. Okay, so we always trying to go with the trend. You'll always get better results that way than trying to prevent reversals. Okay, let's go to CAT JPY. And the CAT JPY, we're still on an uptrend. And we had like very beautiful trade last week. Because I even marked that circle and say the market can continue from this point. We had support. We had trend line. So the market did break the zone and is continuing up. So what are we waiting now? I mean, it's not a good idea to buy now because it's already in the impulse very high. Market always going to retrace. So the best idea is to wait for a retrace, either to that broken ceiling or to the zone, anywhere over here. Okay. So if for me to buy this market, I need to be convinced again by a retest. Then I will buy the market. And if the market has like a lot of strength, I can put this ceiling right here and wait for the market to come and retest. So you can test this area and go, or it can come all the way to the zone and go. Okay, so we're going to leave that right there. And remember, if the market comes to the zone, you need to see price action coming up to buy. Okay, a lot of people, just when the price goes into the zone, they buy. And they can make money like that too, okay, because they wait and they let the price go. But it's kind of more, it's a little more risky to do that. So you want to see price action before you buy. Because the market can just come down here and break this and do a reverse at that point. So that's why we want to take care of it and make sure that it's not going to happen. UPUSD. Okay, UPUSD, this is where we are right now. We're in an uptrend, clearly uptrend, you can see on the daily. And if we look at the weekly, it's a very, very strong uptrend. 2 weeks ago, it hit that zone right here on the top, and it started coming down for the last 2 weeks. Okay. So let's make this price action. Let's look at the daily, see how it looks. More candles started coming down. This 4 hours. Let's see it more granular. And it's coming down from that zone, okay? And it haven't quite visited this zone yet, but it is very possible that it's going to come all the way down. So our best way to trade this is right here. It's to see the reaction. I mean, one thing you can do, I mean, we got to keep in mind that we're still in an uptrend and this can keep going up, okay? But if this is a reversal, I mean, the market is going to let us know how, by breaking this low right here, doing a retest, and then we're gonna sell. We're gonna start selling from that point on. Okay, but the market has got to show us this move to tell us, hey, I'm doing a big reversal here. So that's where we are right now. Excuse me. But I use also a couple EMAs to tell me about, reversals or trends, just to help me visualize it better. But we'll still have strength coming down, and I also have the 50 to help me. We're under the 50, so we have still strength coming down. So we're gonna wait to see. I'm gonna get rid of this. We want to wait to see what the price does in this area the next week. If the market rebounds, breaks the low, we're going to start looking for buys. But if the market starts showing rebound and we'll see price action coming up, we're going to buy it. We're going to follow the market all the time, and we're trying to go with the recent fresh trend, keeping in mind always the strongest trend. Okay, so the strongest trend is up in the weekly. The daily, it's up. But now if I look at the 4-hour, it started showing me signs that it can start to develop a stronger trend. So in the latest 2 weeks, it's been, in the 4-hour is a downtrend, right? In the latest 2 weeks. Okay, so we gotta learn how to differentiate in between weekly, daily, 4-hour trends, and have it in our brains to know which way we're trading, directional trading, excuse me. So that's what we're doing. Well, thank you very much for your time. Please, thank you for subscribing into the program. If you have any questions, or if you'd like me to analyze any of the markets, I'm going to do another video on Wednesday. Please visit me again, and I'm going to look at the comments. If you need me to do another video, please let me know. I also promote and use a system called, and I'm going to show it to you real quick, which is a very good system. Let me get it real quick. It's called Simplicity. And Simplicity is a great system, especially if you have a lot of experience in the markets. It can help you a lot. And also, if you have experience in the markets, it can also help you. Let me show it to you. I'm going to show it right here. I'm not even sure if it's going to record it, but I'm trying to. Okay. So pretty much Simplicity. For example, let me look at your USD right there. Let me look at the daily. We are right here, right? We are right there in the daily. On Simplicity, it already showed me an arrow that it was going to come down. Actually, it showed it to me a couple of weeks, maybe a few days ago. So a lot of people, they go to daily and then they go to the 4-hour to see if they have an arrow. And the 4-hour, they did very good trades because this showed up last week. Okay, so right now the 4-hour is coming down. You see that great trade on the 4-hour and the 1-hour also right there. And right now it's not a good idea to sell it. Okay, it's not a good idea to sell it yet, because it's better, because in the daily we are coming down, and I know we have a lot of space, but already in the 4-hour it got extended. This can keep going, don't get me wrong. So the best thing to do in this one is to wait until the market does a correction to this area or to an area. And Simplicity will show you the area, and then wait for another arrow to sell. Okay, that's if the market it's not changing direction. So we got to see that during the week. But this is a great system because it shows you exactly where to buy. Pretty much the system, it's wants to show you the arrow, and you're in the zone. You're not out of the zone, but the arrow is in the zone. And you can confirm with the 4-hour to see if you're in the right direction. Okay, for example, let me go to the 1-hour here. I'm gonna put that there. We have an arrow right there, right? Let's go to the 4-hour. Not sure if it's gonna show. Well, there's and there it was right there. Okay, in the 4-hour, and then the daily. And the daily is probably not gonna show. We're way too small. I think it's around here. You can barely see it right there, but that was our circle right there to sell. So it's a good sell. I mean, when this sell came, we already had the daily arrow here in place. What happens is that the market retrace it, right? Because the market is always going to retrace, especially if you already have a move. And then if you already have a move and then you get an arrow, you got to be careful because the market is going to retrace. It's always better to wait for that retrace. I really like this kind of trades right here because I know it's going to retrace. I wait for a price action like this bar right there engulfing. That was a selling bar in the daily, no problem. And then you go to the 4-hour, and the 4-hour it came a little bit later, but in the 1-hour it came earlier in the zone, pretty much right there. So you use like 3 different time frames to confirm your trades. You just don't take the arrow. Firstly, you need to have the arrow in the zone. Second, you gotta confirm with the bigger time frames, see if they're in the right direction, and then you take the trade. Well, that's another way that I trade also, to confirm my trades. But mostly I do all my analysis on TradingView. Then I go to either Simplicity, or I have my own indicators also that I use, but they're very similar. They're directional pretty much. So, well, thank you very much, friends. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and see you guys back on Wednesday.